and welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Today we have an article from Automotive News that's entitled Ford's Electric University to Train Dealers in All Things EV. Subtitle: Ford and its dealer council will launch Electric University to give salespeople, service technicians, and parts department staffers a crash course on all things EV. Now, for my podcast listeners, you can watch my full video on my YouTube channel. But before we begin, please hit that like button for more content and subscribe if you find my topics informative so you will be notified when I drop a new episode. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. A friendly reminder that I may be the only program that takes you beyond the sales department consistently. This is one of them. Others focus specifically on cars, their performances, look, style, features, and DIY videos from mechanics. Remember to grab a copy of my new ebook, The Parts Manager Guide, Proven Strategies Used to Maximize Profits and Process Improvement, now available on Amazon and Gumroad. The links will be in the description box below. So let's go through this article and hear what Ford has to say. Ford Motor Company is developing a novel idea to train its retail network on how to properly sell and service electric vehicles, take them back to school. The automaker and its dealer council plan to launch an initiative called Electric University, a multi-day educational program operated near Ford's Dearborn, Michigan headquarters that will give salespeople, service technicians, and parts department staffers a crash course on all things EV. We're going to be able to sell our people and immerse them in the world of electrification, Tim Hovik, Ford's National Dealer Council chairman, told Automotive News. This really is a transformative time in history. Everything we've ever done before, this is a different world. Now, I don't know how they come up with all these positions, but of course, the higher one goes, different responsibilities are added, and then different departments are divided up in order to improve the processes and to ensure that dealers are being satisfied on all ends. As a company grows, so does the number of responsibilities and of course the number of staff. So I won't argue with that there. Now, while the details haven't been settled, Hovik said the program likely will include in-person classes covering everything from an EV's performance capabilities versus internal combustion vehicles to ancillary ownership benefits such as mobile power generation. Remember, some time ago I did a feature of the amount of electric cars that are coming out. However, a lot of individuals are going to find it challenging in order to have these cars serviced, especially outside the dealership. Once that warranty period is up, then a lot of people find novel ways to have their cars serviced, whether they go to a local shop or they have a friend who is also a mechanic that will definitely work on those cars in their own garages, or they will come to you and have a beer and while they work on it as a friendly gesture. Of course, not enough individuals, especially technicians and the garages out there, are very savvy or have any knowledge of the technology that is going to come before us. The idea, Hovik said, was partly inspired by the early popularity of Ford's Bronco off-roaders. Ford locations around the country where new Bronco owners can go to learn how to drive properly on various kinds of terrain. Before the programs opened to customers late last year, Ford hosted dealers at the off-rodeo outside Austin, Texas, so they could take turns behind the wheel. Of course, this is just another marketing idea in order to get the dealers familiarized with the various vehicles. When I was working at a particular dealership, we would have a 4x4 clubs where we would invite customers who own 4x4 off-roaders all across the country to join us on a monthly basis to explore the country and to test and see exactly what their off-roaders could do. So that was a very large push in order to motivate more and more people to get into the world of 4x4s. Of course, more manufacturers are moving towards SUVs and large trucks. Hovik said the company and council realized they needed something similar given Ford's lofty EV sales goals and the intense competition in the space. Of course, they're preparing for the road ahead because every single manufacturer is heading down the path of EV. Not only that, they are mandated by the various governments all across the world in order to lower the emission and to be environmentally conscious. We absolutely are going to have to do a phenomenal job to get our people up to speed to deliver world-class experience. We do, Hovik said. We just need to get a little smarter when it comes to electric. And surely I commend Ford, of course, in taking the initiative to ensure that they put this out there. Personally, I think it's all for the publicity because it is their responsibility. But at least it's out there in the public, and the documentation is here to say, hey, this is what we are going to do and this is our corporate social responsibility. It's unclear when Electric University would launch or how the program might be affected by Ford's decision to have dealers opt in to sell future EVs under a set of to be determined standards. While specifically branded in-person classes will be new, the idea of Electric University will be in line with the efforts under CEO Jim Farley to boost dealer training. Most manufacturers, well, the manufacturers that I've worked at, they have dealer training in place. They have them for everyone right across the dealership. Whether you're a technician, you work in parts, you work in sales, you're at the management level, then you are some manufacturers make it mandatory for you to attend these classes and to get certification in the particular modules that they offer. Nick Anderson, General Manager of Chuck Anderson Ford in Excelsior Springs, MO, told Automotive News that the amount of educational materials for new vehicles has increased significantly since Farley took over in the late 2020, and as Ford has transformed its portfolio with the Bronco Maverick and Mustang Mach-E, with the pandemic limiting most in-person gatherings the past couple of years, the company largely has focused its training online. You have to move with the trend, and that's basically what they do. When I was with Ford, I did most of my training online with them in order to get the certification. And if you see behind me here, I have my Parts Manager Advanced Professional Curriculum offered by Ford, and we get our training number and our employee number given out to us by Ford itself. So this is nothing new for them. Ford has high hopes for EV sales. It has boosted spending on electrification to $50 billion through 2026 and plans to produce 2 million EVs globally by then. It anticipates building 600,000 EVs per year by the end of 2023. It's all about pushing sales, and what better way to push sales than to have your staff and your dealerships prepared for the coming years. And like I said, this is nothing new. It's not a very new concept. The thing is, once a new car is being launched into the market, then parts, service and sales are already apprised of what is expected. The parts department will be given a thing called an MPML, which is a new parts master listed. So they will order all those parts, suggested parts, before on hand and have them in place before that car launches, right? The technicians will be given the additional training and the know-how, what to expect and how to troubleshoot in case of certain matters arising because of the testing that was done for these new vehicles. Of course, the sales department, sales reps, the product presenters will be given aspects of the MasterCard and where the top and the key selling points are. So everything has to be in place before the launching of a new car. So Ford putting this out there, basically, if you're in the business, you know exactly what this article is about. But like I said, I commend them. Let me go down to the last part of this article, just to wrap up. The wholesale change from one type of vehicle to another means the sales force needs to know what the buyer is looking for and what their expectations are. This is about changing the mindset of the buyer. They need to know what's different and how their life will be impacted by their purchase. And that's it in a nutshell. Preparing the dealerships, preparing the staff for the road ahead. EV is coming, it's not going away. The only thing I have a problem with, of course, is the affordability of these EVs. because the average EV starts at around $30,000 and upwards. The lower you have to go, they're gonna have to take out a lot of the features and make it more accessible. And if they start stripping away a lot of the things that are required by standard safety procedures and regulations by the various government bodies for Road Safety Act and all that, then it means they're going to have to compromise a lot of things. However, another aspect to add to that is there are not enough EVs around in order to sustain the current used car market to fit a particular income bracket of customers out there. Well, myself included. But I don't know. Ford is doing the right thing. What do you think? Leave your comments below. And remember to smash that like button on your way out and subscribe so you'll be notified. Let's start the conversation. Until next time.